And we're live!
Yay!
Sorry for no kind of, scheduling a stream. That's the one. But we are live in Iowa. Not in Iowa. We're live watching Iowa. The race is about to start. Cool, we didn't give you any time to kind of get there, as Will Power, alongside teammate Joseph Newgarden, will lead us to green in race 1 in Iowa. He is second in the championship currently. Joseph Newgarden is fourth in the championship currently. A real chance to kind of put emphasis on there. But we're here for another live race watch-along. We hope you enjoy it. Oh, God, we're live with green! Oh, my God, it's gone crazy. This is what happens when you go live right at the start. Will Powers flew off into the lead. Connor Daly had a fantastic qualifying as well, didn't he? 3. Pato! Around the outside of Connor Daly. He's pushing him right up there. Oh, you gotta love the start at ovals from there. Who's that? Jack Harvey? Is he managing to hold a position? Obviously, we went. It was a little bit. We were a downer of Scott Harvey. Sorry, I've just seen Scott Miller in the chat and I've blended their names together. Scott Harvey, Jack Harvey together, but he's maintained the position. VK and Harvey going wheel to wheel. Can Jack maintain his position? He's got a great livery for this weekend, and you know who also has a great livery for this weekend is Scott McLaughlin, that electric blue. I'm not sure, that was kind of like a new Penske sponsor, I'm sure, but VK is holding it bold round the outside. That is a fantastic racing move from VK. Remember the last time we were on a short oval with VK, it wasn't necessarily a good thing, as I remember he took out both Dixon and Pillow. Go from there. But Whacked Man, hello. Good to see you, John, in chat. Hello, Pillow. Daniel, good to see you as well. Scott Harvey, yeah. Dan, who knows? Scott, good to see you in there.
Felix.
Oh, Felix, you can't be doing that for the championship. You've got to give Pato every chance.
He's saying to punt Ericsson.
Yeah. Now, I didn't necessarily say that.
They're still going side by side.
Unconfirmed. Oh my God, the racing at Iowa has been incredible already. I mean, he almost did put him into the wall. Like I said, Harvey has lost out in that position. Felix is not giving up with Marcus Ericsson, although Marcus looks like he's got the running in as Felix slots in behind. That might be it. Now Ericsson is having a look at Jack Harvey. Jack Harvey's taking the low line. Ericsson goes on the high line. He's cut him right in front of it. That's going to give him some understeer, I think it's usually they're going to get cut up. Lap traffic in 5 laps. Yeah, I think it very well could be that situation, Scott. Pato! Right, for any of you who are watching as a watch-along, no, we do not show any of the race because that is illegal, I'm pretty sure. We cannot show you there. So you get our mugs on face. You do get live streaming, which is kind of, live timings, which is direct from IndyCar.com. So all credit goes to them. But I'll give you a quick rundown. You basically get us shouting lots. No quarter from Willie P. Absolutely not. But yes, you basically get our raw reactions to the race.
Look at that.
I'm holding. But Will Power has got 1.5 second lead on Joseph Newgarden already, and we're 10 laps into this 250 lap race here. Iowa won. Remember, it's a double header this weekend, so there will be a second race there. I will do a quick rundown of the top 20, and then I might let Stephen talk for 2 minutes in this stream. Maybe. Who knows? Will Power is P1. Joseph Newgarden P2. Connor Daly, after a fantastic qualifying, is P3. Pato Ward P4. McLaughlin 5. Malukas P6. Another fantastic qualifying from him as well. Really stepping up as a rookie, and I think he's getting stronger and stronger week in, week out in the series. And a lot of top teams, maybe that potentially vacant number 10 seat may be an option for Malukas, but I know HMD are looking to expand themselves within the series. That's deterring off the point. We're going through a run-through. VK, P7, Ericsson, P8, Jack Harvey, P9, Rosenqvist, 10, and then outside the top 10, just about we have Roman Grosjean, Alex Palou, P12, Jimmy Johnson, P13. We know ovals is more his strength. We've got a replay of the Meyer Shank drivers. fighting wheel to wheel with each other. I think that is Castro Neves taking his teammate Pagano. And also having a look at Rossi. Double move from Elio Castro Neves. There's still life in the old dog yet. We can hopefully go back to our run through now. Johnson's 13, Herta P14, Takuma Sato 15th, Dixon a disappointing 16th for him. Castro Neves 17th. I think that was De Francesco who was 18th, and then I would assume we have Rossi and Pagano, as we've just seen them on screen, being 19th and 20th. But we will confirm that when it comes up on screen. Stephen!
Didn't Dixon start 11th? He's dropped down to 16th?
Potentially.
Oof.
Yeah, he might have been on... there's not a harder and a softer
Look,
compound.
who called it? Will Powers already called traffic. Lap 16. And we've already gone round the whole field. Will Powers checking out. But it is Newgarden just biding his time. We know he's a master at Iowa. Battle of the Penske's.
I think I predicted... I think...
Caution!
Oh, there's been a caution.
Someone's gone.
Full course caution. Jimmy Johnson is gone. Oh, no.
I want to see a stat of how many cautions Jimmy Johnson has caused. Oh,
if you haven't been
incredible.
watching recently, Stephen is off the Jimmy Johnson hype train. He is like, let me watch the guys at the front of the field. So,
what's this for? I guess
Dan wants a Connor Daly podium. Now is when the race starts. Traffic the rest of the way.
Yeah, there's a caution.
And then the caution fell, which is going to upset everything and allow Will
He kept
Power
it
to
going
catch
though.
it.
He kept it going. But I guess because he was right across the track, they had to drop the caution quick, right? Oh, he just dipped a tyre onto the yellow.
Touch it
Lost
on
it.
the insides. But yeah, thoughts on the race so
Hang on a
far,
minute.
Stephen?
Did he even stop? What was that caution for? The replay didn't really show it. He kept it going. He didn't stall it. Wild. There was no hitting the wall. There was no wall contact. Wild caution. What did you ask me?
So obviously early viewings of this race, Will Power checked out massively early on there and got caught in lap traffic very quickly. Strategy is obviously going to be interesting. This early caution is probably too early to necessarily affect strategy too much at the moment.
Well, we've got 250 laps. Whew.
Yep. Well, it's because it's a short oval, so they come quick and fast.
Here we go.
I did say I wasn't sure if it was long enough for it, but it looks
The
like a lot of
strategy.
people have gambled.
These are all the people like 15th back, basically. You got Herta in there, Dixon, Jimmy, the rest. Is that Ed? No, that's Takuma, wasn't it?
I think that is Takuma Sato, yeah. Herta?
Yeah.
Did we say Herta? I apologise.
It's everyone below 15th for going wild with the alternative strategy.
Might curse Jimmy. Did
Quite
I
early
curse
then.
Jimmy? I think I did kind of on my run through say that ovals is where we expect the best of him.
Don't know what the caution was for though. I'm still confused.
Hy-Vee really went all out on the promoting. They definitely did.
It's great to see, to be fair.
I think
they fully love IndyCar. Have you seen their stores?
Yeah, I know.
They just have IndyCar merchandise everywhere.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I love it.
I mean, this is what IndyCar needs from its sponsors, really.
I don't care how outrageous the promotion of it is. I love it.
Mm. Now, obviously, this is a bit of a breather. You've now got the leaders. You've now got people in different strategies. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, how the cautions play out the rest. I doubt that will be the last caution that we see in this race. But also, did Will Power check out too early? Did he burn up a lot? I mean, he hasn't got away. Oh, God. It's because he's backing up here. And it's green flag again as we go. Will Power. Newgarden is much closer this time. Oh, Newgarden for the first time this race takes the lead. Pato Ward has overtaken Connor Daly as well. Pato's up into P3. It looks like Scott McLaughlin has maintained his P5 position. I don't think there's been too many other movers as it goes. VK actually has moved up into P6, taking Malukas. Oh, Ericsson! He's right on the outside. Malukas, have a look! Oh, double overtake from Marcus Ericsson. That is championship contending form, isn't it? That is a man who is leading the championship and wants to stay there. I don't know, like I was about to say before we went green, did Willpower go too hard on the first stint before that caution?
I think he just fluffed that restart.
Now he's just fueling.
Restart.
But Joseph Newgarden, like Stephen was saying before, he's an expert around this place. He's won plenty of times here. He is a short oval king, I would say, within the series. He only needs a half chance to be able there. But Marcus Ericsson is a man on the move.
There we go. I was like, how did I describe him? I was like, he's okay on ovals. And then you were like, he won the 500 and that was my day done.
I mean...
But yeah, check him out. He's going.
Yeah, the oval. The big oval racer going, well, I guess he's won that. He can't be that great on ovals. He currently runs in the top 5. And if Ericsson runs in the top 5 for the rest of the season, it's going to be pretty hard to see him being beaten by anyone. Yeah. His rivals are going to need to win a lot of races and also finish above him in other situations.
Yep. Well, to be fair, because we only have one qualifying session for both races, his main championship rivals are all above him in the qualifying session. So he has to make the moves in the race. So you obviously got Power, Pato and Newgarden. Obviously, Pato's dropped away from the title challenge, but he's still a title contender. So he's got to make moves in the race or he's losing big points.
Absolutely, he is. And just looking at this here in the first stint, obviously we had those early pit stoppers. We're lap 30 out of 250 here. Newgarden, Power and O'Ward have kind of drifted off in a little bit of a pack here. Connor Daly is now 2.2 seconds behind, and then everyone behind that has obviously dropped off. So for early leaders, you've got Power, Newgarden, O'Ward. You're looking realistically, obviously everything can change within it, and Scott makes a good point. In short tracks, a hell of a lot different to kind of super speedways in ovals, although they are both running around on a perceived just driving around in circles. There is a lot of skill, and there are skill differences between short oval tracks and super speedways. But your early front runners are Newgarden, Power and O'Ward. They have created a pack themselves, running in slipstream. Scott Dixon and that looks like Roman Grosjean are fighting on track. Looks like Elio Castro Neves has just taken Rosenqvist to move up into the top 10. Malukas has moved out. Herta looks like he's done well. Obviously, he was a pit stopper. So, yeah, Herta is doing fantastic at the moment. He currently rides around in P8. I'm remembering that he already has pitted. But it depends when the kind of front runners, what their pit window is going to be. I imagine...
Wait, Herta's 8th?
Yes.
Sorry?
Herta is 8th.
How's Herta 8th?
Well, because I presume he went on fresh rubber. And fresh rubber is...
And it's just been sending
king. So he's obviously... When they pitted and we went green, they had... The guys who'd been out were on 25 old lap tyres, and they were on completely fresh tyres, so they can keep making moves. So yeah, Herta now moves up in 7. He's the big mover at this current stage.
Oh. You look at Dixon, who pitted right behind Herta. He's still 13th.
But like we said, ovals, if you're new to ovals or you haven't really kind of had ovals before or don't understand the racing, it's a chess game, this early stage, isn't it? And it's seeing how all the different strategies unfold. Castro Neves and Rosenqvist look like they're having a little battle on track. But yeah, Castro Neves looks like he's finally coming out on top of that.
Yeah, and Herta makes another move on Scott McLaughlin to go top 10. No, he's 6th.
He definitely is top 10.
Top 5, that's what I was talking about. That's where my head was. Ericsson's already dispatched Daly. Did I miss that one?
No, yeah, we missed that one. That wasn't seen on track. So Ericsson has moved up into fourth for Daly. He's going to try and recover some of the gap that O'Ward, Power and Newgarden have managed to gap. Unfortunately for Connor Daly, his pace in qualifying doesn't seem to be relating into a race
green
car.
screen! Oh, we're back.
The drama! But yeah, Herta is just on a different pace to everyone out there. But, you know, he's going to be relying on a caution later on in the race, definitely, to mean that he then matches onto the front runner strategy again. He is making all the moves on track. But you got to say, he's now in the top 5 and everyone in front of him has to pit. You couldn't help yourself.
I'm sorry. But Jimmy, making moves. Fair enough.
Interesting livery for Alex Palou this weekend, isn't it?
Is that Palou?
Yeah, that's Palou in the all green livery. Is that saying green, everything is okay? There is no disharmony within the team.
green. Yeah, who's the sponsor for Palou this weekend? Or the car sponsor, anyway.
I'm not sure. I'll have to catch up. What do you make of obviously, Jack Harvey has a complete high V livery. Complete red. Looks really nice on that. And have you had a good chance to look at Scott McLaughlin's livery yet?
Yes, momentarily when Hurtle's going past him. Looked pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked pretty slow. It looked pretty nice.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. McLaughlin, the Team Penske clearly have pace out there, but McLaughlin is definitely struggling out of his experienced teammates so far. But yeah, Castro Neves is flying as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Completed that move on Felix and has already taken VK.
No, I couldn't tell. We may want to check the timing screens. But did Castro Neves pit as well?
We're in traffic. Can't remember seeing him.
Ericsson's getting a bit loose. Herta is all over the back of Marcus Ericsson. He did pit.
Eddie did pit.
So he is with Herta on this charge of having that fresh rubber, and they're definitely taking full advantage of it at the moment. Dixon hasn't been able to make as much ground as what he would have hoped. But yeah, Herta and Castro Neves are absolutely flying out there. Herta on the inside of Ericsson. Ericsson's holding tight on the outside as it stands. He'll slide in. I think Herta's got this. Herta has easily got the run onto the back straight. He's going to take him. That fresher rubber is going to give him the edge. Wheel to wheel as it goes. Ericsson's still hanging tough out there on the outside, but Colton Herta makes the move. He moves up into P4.
It was always going to be difficult to hang it around the outside and keep the pace. Yeah, making moves. Herta is now only 2.7 seconds off the lead.
Oh, potentially was a double move from Dixon, but Connor Daly is dropping like a lead balloon, unfortunately, and he blocked a strong run. Dixon looked like he was going to get both.
But Jimmy on the inside does the double. He does the double, Jimmy.
Jimmy's back.
Jimmy.
Scotty Dixon. A reminder, wasn't it? Scott Dixon has never won at Iowa.
So Daly just blocks Dixon and then lets Jimmy go in on the inside and takes them both.
I don't know what Scott Dixon has done to piss off Connor Daly, but the guy is serious about retribution. I've seen in chat, we've got Scott Miller saying that Alex Palou is sporting the Mine Team Hates Me livery. We got, I think, 11 of you in the chat currently. I think we had a high of 15 at any point. If you want to give a thumbs up onto the stream as well, much appreciated. We do love doing these live race watch-alongs because it means that we can be interactive watching the race with you.
Herta took Pato! No crash.
But Herta, I guess, has to make this move because I'm assuming that they are going to have to make one pit stop more than these guys up in front.
It was all fun and games until he overtook Pato. Oh, Daily Pits.
Okay, so Daly is the first one to pit out of the guys who haven't yet pitted. So this is going to be interesting. Will Newgarden, Power and O'Ward closely follow? Will Herter, in fairness, just now match the strategy of the Newgardens, Powers and O'Wards? Will he come in and just go through there? I think then he pretty much maintains third position and he's right up there with them.
Well, yeah. Look at Dixon. He's still in 11th. Herter's really made this work. Has he eyes up and move on Power?
Right now, Colton Herter is the fastest man out on track. Easy.
Who'd have thought an Andretti car would be fast on an oval? They've been terrible though.
I thought you were just going to leave it at that. Who would have thought an Andretti car would have been fast? Like, brilliant. Pit stops are less about fuel and more about tyres. Absolutely on things. You get the fuel to the end, but yeah, that fresh rubber, as we've seen kind of displayed by Colton Herter, has really come in to benefit him. Newgarden's navigating his way through traffic. It looks like, is that Alexander Rossi that he's at the back? And is that Ilott who's currently in front? Or no, someone further back than that. Jack Harvey, after qualifying P7th, seems to be nowhere. But we won't talk about that.
At least he qualified well.
Yeah,
He'll
exactly.
be there again tomorrow.
Exactly. We can all try again tomorrow. Power's doing well to hold off Herter. I wonder when that kind of fresh life is going to hold off or kind of leave Herter. Remember, he's made a lot of moves on it. He would have really gone. And looks like Malukas is that retaking Colton Herter. So it may be we're now getting to that stage where Colton Herter's tyres, he's having to protect them a little bit more and dropping off. I think they have now properly gone.
Or did he just have a moment?
He may have had a loose moment. I don't know. Malukas is having a moment because he's overtaken everyone.
He's just going. Malukas has activated the bullet bill ability.
I presume Malukas has just pitted as well. I think we only saw Connor Daly in the pits, but Malukas, with how quick he's currently running and overtaking, I feel like he must have just pitted for fresh tyres. Yeah. Surely.
Ericsson comes in. Ericsson's in.
60 laps of the 250 lap race here at Iowa. It is now absolute carnage. And this is what you've got to love on short ovals, because it's chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so easy for the front to catch the back, it is now a constant blend of, is that an overtake for position? Is that not an overtake for position? How are drivers going to navigate their way through traffic? Looks like Pato's come into the pits. Newgarden is in the pits as well. The number 2 crew are so good and so clean on pit stops, but obviously last week out into, it was last week in Toronto, wasn't it? I forgot it was there.
Shocker.
They had a shocker which really cost Joseph Newgarden both championships and actually on the day of the race. Scott McLaughlin's in on the pits as well. Let's see if this is a clean pit stop. Looks like it. Alex Pallou's in. Will Power's in. Colton Herter has pitted again. So he's now matched himself back onto strategy. So he did an extra pit stop there. And you have to say, like we've been saying, Stephen, it's really worked out for Herter, hasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Will he come in, though? Will he do
he has.
He has. Sorry, I completely missed that. There was a fly across the room and it completely distracted me. But yeah, he's matched it. And he came in a lap after everyone else. So he's still going to have that tyre advantage when he comes out. But this time it's only 1 lap rather than 15 laps. Oh, no, it was more than that. It was like 20 lap tyre advantage, didn't he? Dixon in as well.
Very good question from Scott. Scott, Herter used fresh tyres, but are those tyres that he's going to have to use later on? And if so, that is going to be a real management stint, because he would have absolutely burnt those with how hard he pushed in that last move. Top 5 as it currently stands. Jimmy's now gone on to a different strategy there. He leads the race. Devlin Di Francesco, Christian Lundgaard, Carl Kirkwood and Ray all in the top 5. Now, if you are watching, and obviously I think we've got quite oval regulars in the chat, but if you're watching this and you're not an oval regular, if you try and understand where everyone is in the timing sheets right now, it is not Jimmy Johnson necessarily leading on merit.
Oh, Devlin's going slow. Has he had a moment?
I think it's just fresh tyres. Devlin hasn't pitted, and obviously Colton has just pitted, as well as Joseph Newgarden has just pitted as well, as he overtakes leader Jimmy Johnson to get back onto the lead lap. I mean, absolute carnage. Do not try and understand the timesheets, is what I'm trying to say. It is a caution could completely blow everything out the water. And we've got to wait until the end of the next pit cycle before we can start making guesstimates of where they are. But because obviously tyre lives are going to be at such different stages, there are going to be overtakes galore. You'll probably see more overtakes in this race than you will for position, than you will at any road course throughout the entirety of the season.
Across all motorsport categories. It's nuts.
Absolutely.
Devlin him. Not sure why we're focusing on this, because he was nowhere. But oh well, clearly.
Giving Andretti some airtime. This is Christian Lundgaard.
Sure.
Interesting to see how he is. He hasn't got his Lego sponsorship yet, so that's disappointing.
No.
Instead, Shield. Who wants Shield sponsorship? Probably Rahal Letman Lanigan. Imagine it probably pays them quite a lot of money.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, that's that answer.
Obviously, they had a really positive weekend last time out in Toronto.
So it looks like Ericsson has jumped Herta again after that pit stop. Carpenter is there. Has Carpenter?
Oh, goes on with Jimmy.
Don't do it, Roman.
Don't do it, Jimmy.
Who knows who could it be there? I think if I'm looking at that right, Ed Carpenter has made some big moves up the field. He currently is splitting Ericsson and Will Power.
Whoa. Where did Herta come out? P2?
It looks like Pato has come out P2 and Newgarden's going. No, Herta lost out. Herta lost out to Ericsson and Carpenter, it looks like. But he's still ahead of McLaughlin and Dixon. Dixon runs P10. I think this is the owner of Hy-Vee that's been interviewed. For those of you watching the NBC coverage, you'll be able to confirm that for us. But yeah, what a great guy for all he's doing for IndyCar. Can't complain.
Yeah. He must love it. He must love it. To go this hard on IndyCar, he must love it. Dixon top 10. So not bad. Dixon's early stop has actually helped him quite a bit here to get into the top 10. 75 laps. What's that? About a third? No. Yes. No. What's 75 laps?
So Power has just taken Johnson.
It's not a third.
So I presume, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I presume O'Ward has. So our kind of early runners from the start of the race, Newgarden, O'Ward and Power. First half of the race, I know we're not really there. We need to get to lap 125. But
wait, is Jimmy legit first? Or does Jimmy have to pit?
Jimmy has to pit.
Okay.
Because Jimmy pit in the first one. But remember, he didn't make as much room up. So he is still... Herta's on 2 stops. The other guys are on 1 stops, but Johnson is on 1 stop as well.
I just like move there. I was like, wait. He pitted in that early. Is he legit first? But no, okay, yeah. They're going super alternative. He's got a 30-second lead. If he nails again a pit with a caution, he's going to make up some mega places. Won't keep the lead, but you know.
He's now got the likes of, it looks like, Jack Harvey, Christian Lundgaard, Marcus Ericsson, Devlin De Francesco, all lining up to pass him.
See, Ericsson's still a lap down. He would come out ahead of Ericsson if he pitted and a caution came out.
Yep.
Crazy. Jimmy Johnson.
This is the wonderful thing about ovals. It literally can change in a heartbeat. Like we were saying in our review/preview of this race of Iowa, Simon Pagenaud in race 1 back in 2020, wasn't it? Because with 2021 we didn't have it. But yeah, back in 2020, Simon Pagenaud won from last to first, didn't he?
Yeah.
With kind of cautions obviously helping out within that, but you still have to put your car in that position to take advantage of the strategy.
Fortunately, it doesn't look like Jimmy's going to get his caution.
Johnson needs as few yellows as possible. JJ's speed deficit to Newgarden is massive. He may have missed a window. But it depends where Jimmy comes out with this fresh rubber now.
He's going to have the best tyre advantage, so where does he come out?
If he can get himself into a gap and not get caught in too much traffic.
No, but in theory, traffic shouldn't be a problem for Jimmy.
Well, yeah. He'll just cruise past because of the fresh rubber. So where he has come out... I don't think Dixon has pitted again for...
No. Dixon did pit.
He did pit, okay.
Did pit.
So Dixon is legit 7th as it currently stands.
I'll double check. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he did pit. Dixon, 2 stops, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 83 laps in. I'll do a round off of the top 15 for you who may come in new into the stream or may just be wanting to go, what the hell is going on? So it looks like, I think this is pretty settled after the latest round of pit stops. Newgarden leads with O'Ward second, Power P3, Ericsson P4, McLaughlin P5, Herter P6, Dixon P7, although he's going wheel to wheel with Colton Herter as it currently stands. He's got the inside line. I think Dixon's going to make this move if he can hold tight. Herter's going to have to be brave right there on the outside. It's so close. So much trust between drivers at these speeds and going around short ovals like that. But wow, Dixon makes the move. So Dixon moves up into P6. Herter P7. VK 8th. Rosenqvist 9 and Castro Neves rounding off the top 10. He actually was a little bit of a loser in those last round of pit stops because he was quite a significant distance ahead of Dixon, but has lost out in that last round of pit stops. I don't know if he had an issue in the pits. He couldn't have really had an issue in the pits because you'd...
I said it's surprising seeing Andretti go fast on an oval.
There you go. Callum Ilott is P11. Palou P12, where he's pretty much been for majority of the race. Johnson has dropped down into P13 after his latest pit stop. Daly 14th and someone else was 15th, but I've completely missed it. Newgarden is overtaking Ed Carpenter.
Jimmy did unlap himself though, so Jimmy is back on the lead lap. If a caution fell, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Oh, we lost the timesheets. What?
And Grosjean is in P15th.
Where was Felix?
Felix is in the top 10 still. So as it currently stands, the drivers who are a lap down are Daly, Grosjean and everyone below.
And everyone else.
Because it gets greyed out and kind of changed between them. Whoa. Rosenqvist, who's he riding the slipstream of here? Is this Colton Herter that he is? Yeah, it is. And looks like Rosenqvist has got the pace and Herter is dropping.
What? No, but Herter just
I don't know if Herter is on some tyres that he maybe used in qualifying. Or, just a slightly older set and saving a newer set for later on in the race. But this stint has definitely gone backwards for Herter because now Dixon is the highest placed of those guys who pitted first time round after the first caution that we had for a spin of Jimmy Johnson, which hasn't managed to affect his race too badly as he's in the top 10. He goes past Castro Neves. He's looking like that he's gone past Colton Herter, and now he's seriously eyeing up Felix Rosenqvist on the outside, and he flies by. So Jimmy Johnson now is absolutely flying. Rinus VK will next be in his sights, and then Chip Ganassi teammate Scott Dixon before going on to the other New Zealand Scott. And can he get past Marcus Ericsson to be the highest placed Chip Ganassi car again?
Whoa! Who knows?
Who knows?
We will soon.
James Powell, Penske cars are looking strong today. They are looking very strong today. Obviously, you've got all 3 Penske cars within the top 5, which is a great position for strategy, but also just, as a strength position, having all 3 of the cars, you know that the team have got a great package. Traditionally, I think Penske's run very strong on short ovals, and they've run strong on Iowa in the past before as well, and it looks like today is no different. They are certainly glad that Iowa is back on the calendar, and that they're back again tomorrow to do the same thing.
Yeah. With their really good qualifying starting positions as well.
Yeah, although Jimmy Johnson's having a fantastic race, you could quite easily see 2 Penske's winning back-to-back over the next 2 days.
Where does Jimmy Johnson come in? Is he your standout performer other than the Penske's?
At the moment, I think he is.
Because we're on board.
Look, Jimmy's flying on the alternate
To be
strategy.
fair, I thought you were going to go
and
worse.
he's spun off.
I thought you were like... how did you even start it?
I don't know.
You're like, despite Jimmy Johnson... I thought you were going to say something like he could bin it in a wall at any point. I thought you were bigging him up just to put him down. But
Bring
instead
him
you
right up here to
segued
then
to
tear him
Penske.
down.
The Penske segue from Jimmy.
Is indeed. That was Simon Pagenaud, who was the latest driver into the pit stops. There is a number of drivers on alternate strategies, so cautions will play a huge part in this race. It's been a clean race so far. All the drivers have really held it together. Like we said, the only caution that we've had so far was from a Jimmy spin, and that was on track. He didn't cause any damage to himself, as you can clearly see now, as he's running P7 and chasing down his teammate. So Johnson has taken VK on track and now hunts down Chip Ganassi teammate Dixon. Palou looks like he's eyeing a move on Callum Ilott to retake his favourite 12th position in this race. Newgarden is behind... Who is that?
Hello.
Yeah, that is Palou. The My Team Hates Me livery. I don't know if that's 2 laps down now.
2 laps? Palou's championship bid could be crumbling down.
No, not a chance. But it's certainly
It's basically
not...
a double points weekend.
Yeah. And if you do poorly in both races, that's a big hit in the championship. It's... Ericsson has taken power. We missed that one, so he moves up into the top 3. So he's now closest rival in the championship. Will Power, he's ahead of, so he won't be losing out any points to Power as it currently stands on this stint. Pato Ward only marginally gaining Marcus Ericsson. Joseph Newgarden is probably a big winner here. This would move him back up to 3rd in the championship, depending on where Power finishes.
Connor's in.
Maybe even 2nd.
So when did it was a couple of laps after Connor, wasn't it, that everyone started dipping in?
It was indeed, and we got a lot of green laps here as well. It's been a pretty clean race. There's been some superb overtakes on track. Great wheel-to-wheel actions of drivers. Plenty of respect between them, going wheel-to-wheel right up close to the wall. And that's, it depends on what line you want to take on these short ovals, isn't it? There's the kind of inside, the low line and the high line. And as we say that, Jimmy Johnson is just overtaking... Who does that look like?
Is that Maluk? No.
I'm not sure who that is. That's just lap traffic.
Lap car.
It's just lap car.
Unnamed lap car.
Unnamed lap car.
It's coming up on Devlin now.
Also, what happened to Top Gun Racing?
I
guess we need to look into that, but didn't make the 500 this year, and slightly disappointing on that front. Random thought. Of an unnamed lap car looked nothing like Top Gun Racing, but for some bizarre reason I made a connection.
There we go. Nice. Probably didn't find any sponsors, but there we go. Jimmy, where's he up to now?
So Jimmy is currently running P5. He's got Power ahead of him. He's taking lap traffic, so he's got Devlin DiFrancesco ahead of him.
Wait, could Jimmy win this race?
I think genuinely he could win this race.
Whoa, look at that double! Double move!
I wasn't joking when I was bigging it up. He's having a great race. And he's on an alternate strategy. Jimmy Johnson, as it looks like, is on a completely different strategy to everyone else in the top 10.
He doesn't want cautions because he's going to be the fastest car on track.
Yeah. Because of where his tyre life is going to be in comparison to everyone else on track. It was a great double overtake on Jack Harvey and Devlin Di Francesco. Obviously, Di Francesco went low. Jack Harvey went to squeeze, and Johnson held it strong on the outside. This is where he feels most comfortable on these tracks. He's got a little bit of a gap to kind of gain to Will Power to kind of catch up with those front ones. But if we are just realistically taking note here, quietly without really noticing, Newgarden's checked out.
What's the gap?
The gap is 7 seconds between himself and Pato O'Ward. Newgarden is absolutely flying, but that just might be where he is. And yeah, obviously Pato and Ericsson Power might be in a little bit more stronger traffic. Newgarden might be in a clearer bit of the track, and obviously you go from there. And there is a caution!
Oh, Felix!
Oh no!
He's gone into the wall.
Oh dear!
Lost his wing.
Oh no! Oh no!
He can no longer fly without his wings.
Luckily, it doesn't look a huge crash for Felix. He's just lost the rear, but that will be his race over and done with. Frustrating for him. He was having a pretty strong race, running in the top 10 consistently, and you never know, he would have been definitely up there, but this is our second caution for the first half of the race. Obviously, the halfway point will be 125 laps. We're 112 laps out of 250.
It's the first real caution.
Yes.
The first one was a fake one.
Fake news. Fake news.
Fake caution.
Fake caution. Fake caution. Now, yeah,
Felix, after such a good Toronto weekend, building big momentum to finish the season strong and keep his IndyCar seat. He bins it at Iowa race 1.
Good to see you in chat, Joe. Rest in peace, Felix. Dan Peacock is at a commercial. Guys, sorry. Don't worry. There's not really anything going on. Felix is out of the car okay. The AMR team are collecting the car. Obviously, this will take a while. I imagine we're probably going to lose 10 to 15 laps under this caution before it's clean. It doesn't look like... We haven't seen a replay yet, but it doesn't look a huge impact on the wall, so I don't imagine that there's going to be too much repair to the barrier during this period. Just more... the main damage done is to Felix Rosenqvist's ego.
To his IndyCar career.
Potentially.
Dun, dun, dun.
But, you know, he's still got plenty to fight on, and there's clearly pace in the car with O'Ward running second. Yeah, it's side-by-side on network. Why can't Peacock do side-by-side? I don't know. That's weird, actually. It's really weird. But I guess that's such a weird thing, because none of our streaming services over here... that's a lie. ITV actually have adverts.
For the streaming stuff? Yeah. And 4.
Yeah, and Channel 4.
And 5.
Yeah. So they're kind of English channels.
All the TV programmes that have adverts run adverts on the streaming platforms.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Because Sky do it as well.
Yeah, not...
Oh, and I missed the... Felix!
So Felix got sideways. He just lost it. Not a hard impact at all.
He lost quite a lot of speed before he hit the wall.
Yeah. Slammed the brakes on, trying to save it. Like we said, not really going for there. I'm thankful for Peacock commercials. Otherwise, I'd never catch up for the constant buffering crap surface. Oh, Mark, sorry. So many commercials. Rebel alert. Hey, what are you watching it on? We are watching it on Sky Sports F1 because that's how it's relayed over here in the UK.
With NBC.
Absolutely.
We basically get the NBC coverage through Sky Sports.
Yeah.
But they don't run the adverts.
And Joseph Newgarden has pulled into the pits. Also looks like Ed Carpenter has. That's Pato,
Newgarden,
Ericsson, Jimmy Johnson. So Jimmy Johnson is now going to be matching the strategy of those in front of him, as he currently stands in P4.
I guess, yeah, he can't leave it out in this condition or proper stuff him, because he's obviously used the pace advantage from the
did
tyres.
Ericsson have an issue in the pits? I don't know if that's Ericsson having an issue in the pits. No, he's still out ahead of Power.
Whoa!
Oh, that was tight. Is that Scott McLaughlin there? I think at the back there, that was Scott Dixon. If that is Scott Dixon, then he has massively lost out in that round of pit stops. Sunoco Oil. Here's Felix. Sorry, car. No wing. Thank you. No problem at all. Joe Barrera, bad stop for Marcus. Yeah, it looked like a bad stop for Marcus, didn't it? He just seemed to be on the screen a long time. Although, he still seemed to come out alongside Will Power.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure on that one.
Was he a lap down though? Is Ericsson lap down?
No, he was currently running P3.
Yeah.
Okay pit stop for Takuma Sato there. Jimmy's strategy is paying off. Absolutely is paying off at the moment. But as we've seen so far, there has been plenty of ups and downs in this race, and we're not even halfway.
I feel like couldn't have been better for Jimmy if no caution.
Potentially, but realistically, he is now on the same strategy.
Yeah.
He's fourth, and he doesn't have to worry about pitting.
Wait, is he actually legit fourth?
He's legit fourth.
Is that where he came out? Fourth?
Well, that's where he was pre-caution. So I presume if the pit stop was clean, and it looked a clean stop, did it?
Not for Jimmy.
Oh, hey, a caution. Buffering. Oh, Mark, sorry about that. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. P3 is status quo, I think. Yeah, I think it is.
Jimmy Johnson.
Pato started fourth, currently in P2 behind Joseph Newgarden. So I read that. I was like, I thought he'd went down to fourth, and I was like going, what happened to Pato in the pits? But no, he is where he was before. McLaughlin's just steady Eddie at the moment. Again, proving his maturity and growth within the series, that he's now a regular runner within the top 10.
Yeah.
Freightliner, that is who it is. But yeah, the electric kind of blue on that livery, I'm a really big fan of. I think Freightliner, you can definitely sponsor more Indy cars. Hy-Vee!
Freightliner as an IndyCar sponsor.
I don't care who they are, but if their livery looks nice, I'm not going to complain.
What do they do?
I imagine they
Transport
line up
freight.
Yeah,
Line up freight.
I imagine they would be some sort of transportation company.
But crates on trucks.
Okay, interesting. So these cars who didn't pit. So is that meaning that Herta has missed out? Looks like a Rossi in there. One of the Marshank ones. I'm not sure if that's Pagano or Rossi. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. Is this again pitting this second? I'm unsure. That looks like... I think that's the Marshank of Elio Castro Neves, actually. And obviously the one on screen right now is Alexander Rossi, who isn't Marshank. It's with Andretti Autosport, who obviously he won't be running with next season. He will be in the Arrow McLaren SP.
Oh, that has got a problem.
Oh.
It looks like he's over... Yeah, that's a stall, isn't it? So he got the starter out.
That's Andretti.
They're rocking it backwards and forwards.
Rockabye Herta.
You're not meant to be trying to put the car to sleep, boys. You may be getting it going again.
It's okay, Colton. It's okay. I'm so sad it's happened again! Again!
Looks like maybe there's an electronics issue. So they changed their steering wheel.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a stalling issue. The car has just gone flat. Herta is in trouble. Freightliner is an 18-wheeler manufacturer. Ah, okay, cool. Oh. Cheers, Mark.
That's a bit more relevant than freight transportation.
We
company.
currently have no idea what the timing sheets at the moment is because, as usual, IndyCar is probably trying to figure out where the hell it is. I'm not entirely sure whether that live timing has figured it. But if we are to go by that, then you have Newgarden, O'Ward, Ericsson, Power, McLaughlin, Johnson. So Johnson lost out a little bit in the pit stops, but that doesn't necessarily affect him too badly. He is still right up there. Scott Dixon, P7, Rinus VK 8th, Callum Ilott 9th, and Alex Palou has moved up into the top 10. Will this be a classic? Oh, God, we are green! We are green! Joseph Newgarden leads. Ericsson looks like he's made a move on Pato O'Ward. He looks like he's going to make it stick. He's on the inside line. Will Power has got the inside line coming through there. Jimmy Johnson's having a look on the outside of Scott McLaughlin. Scott McLaughlin's holding the position strong, and I think it is Ed Carpenter behind there. Potentially go from there. I don't know. Rinus VK, where's he? It looks like they've managed to... No, Pato is the big loser on that restart. He's dropped all the way down into P4, where he started. Power P3. Ericsson, our championship leader, is P2 and only half a second behind Joseph Newgarden. Jimmy Johnson maintains 6th. Scott McLaughlin 5th. Dixon 7th. VK 8th. Palou 9th. Pato having a look, see if he can make a position back on Will Power, but he doesn't. Will Power is looking like he's going to be in the slipstream of Ericsson soon, but Pato is definitely making moves. But he's got to make sure if he commits to a move, he's got to make it stick. Otherwise, Scott McLaughlin is all over the back. In fact, Scott McLaughlin might have the better run here. He's lining up the move. So on that restart, Newgarden absolutely flew. Ericsson got past easily. Oh, there's a caution! There has been a crash. As the famous IndyCar saying goes, caution breeds caution. We're not sure what the accident is yet, but it is a full course caution. It's going to give drivers another chance on a restart. It's not necessarily an issue or changes up strategy go from there.
Debris, something from a car has fallen off on the main straight. Right by the line, so obviously they got to free the caution. Otherwise, if the car goes over that, puncture could lead to a big crash.
Colton Herta is back out on track, but whether that is to any relevance in this race anymore,
I give this caution a legit caution.
Ed Carpenter is back in 24th, so I guess he was being overtaken. We still don't really understand what the caution is. Debris. Well, I know you said debris, but I wasn't sure if it was debris of a car. We were still seeing a wreck of things, but Scott confirms what Stephen said, because Stephen was paying far more attention than I was, that it was debris on track, has to be cleared. If a puncture came up, then it would have been a big issue. Those are his own words. I've just repeated those words. If you were here listening in the stream, you would have just felt like you had deja vu, but it would have been repeated to you in a slightly different voice. I'm going to have a drink. Stephen, over to you.
I'm having an orange.
Well, guys, over to you.
Fascinating stuff. Jimmy Johnson didn't really make any moves on that restart, which is why I'm feeling, and I believe that the Jimmy needed as few cautions as possible philosophy. But he's got a caution. He's still P6.
But I don't know if this was an older set of tyres that they were using, or a kind of a set of tyres that he wasn't necessarily... Well, it's tough, isn't it?
So you're saying they're taking the dodgy stint this time round?
It is tough. We don't know... the balance of his car's not right. Remember, we saw Johnson making absolute moves throughout the scene when his car was on fresher rubber than his rivals. So when you've got fresher rubber on track, especially on a short track oval, there is a huge difference, and you see that pace difference with moves being made on track. That's what we saw with Herta. When Herta matched the strategy after the kind of first proper round of pit stops, he was currently P3 at that point and then dropped like a lead balloon. Car balance wasn't right, and then something has gone drastically wrong for Herta's race since then. So it's going to be interesting to see what Johnson's pace is relative to his rivals now that he is on similar tyre life to them.
Pato looking for redemption off this restart. Oh, we're just going with an interview with Felix. Felix has got a giant forehead.
There you go. That is the hot take from Stephen.
I don't think I've ever seen Felix in that light before. He was all forehead there.
Stephen is stunned by size of Felix Rosenqvist's forehead. Okay, I think we are bunching up. We're getting ready for green because, thank God, otherwise we're going to have to hear Stephen more talking about Felix Rosenqvist forehead.
No. Another lap of caution.
Okay, so Stephen has another lap to kind of debate the size of Felix's forehead.
Back! By popular demand, Felix's forehead is back.
Oh my God.
I think his hair is up. I think I've always seen him with a cap before. Who knew?
So Newgarden has the field bunched up. Tyre temperature is going to be key on this restart. Who's going to have the temps in their tyres? Who's going to be able to take advantage of this restart? Ericsson made big moves last time, moving up from P4 to
like Jimmy was getting a good run
P3
there.
to P6. But we go green. Newgarden again. So good at these restarts. But Will Power goes on the inside of Marcus Ericsson. Looks like he's going to move up to P2. No, Marcus Ericsson shuts the door. Wasn't able to get enough momentum. Now Pato Ward's on the back of Will Power. Will he have a move from there? Ericsson's got a much better start. He's now having a look at the slipstream of Newgarden. Newgarden looked like he had a great start, but Ericsson's all over the gearbox of Newgarden. Can he take the lead for the first time in this race at Iowa? Find out momentarily.
In a moment, because he's about to send
Oh, Marcus Ericsson on the inside. Are they going to touch? Wheel to wheel close.
They did touch.
I think contact, but
did
Newgarden
touch.
has managed to maintain that position. Oh my God. That is crazy at those speeds. If he just hits it at the wrong angle, then that is Newgarden spinning out. That is a penalty for Marcus Ericsson, and that is race over for both of them. As we see here, we've got a replay. So wheel to wheel, just a little touch, wheel to wheel. Oh my God, that's so easily. I think there was touch from there. Ganassi cars flying in race trim. They absolutely are. Although Marcus Ericsson, after that contact, Will Power's now having a look. He's come right back on. He's going on the inside. He takes P2 again. So it's now a Penske 1-2 for Newgarden and Power. They've run so strong so far in this race. It has basically been Penske's for when we've been in racing order for the majority. They have led the most laps combined so far, for sure. Jimmy Johnson maintained position. Pato Ward maintained fourth. McLaughlin maintained in P5. Dixon was a big loser out on that restart. He was P7. He's now back into P10. Roman Grosjean has moved up into the top 10. Alex Palou doing Palou things, moving up into P8. Of course he is. Rinus VK is P7. And then outside the top 10, you have Idot 11th, Castro Neves 12th, Lundgaard 13th, De Francesco, definitely probably, depending on where his strategy is, his best result so far of the season, and Rossi is in 15th position. Ericsson is kind of lining up, I think, a look at Power again, but Pato looks like he's closing in. He's getting closer to Marcus Ericsson. I don't know if Ericsson had his aero balance slightly shifted. It definitely looked, I think, got a little bit of contact with the front wing when he went past, but I don't know. It just
very
may be
because there's no movement from Jason.
It doesn't necessarily mean that there's any damage. I think it could just be it only takes a slight bit of contact to drop your average speed. And when you're running ovals, he definitely had a moment. And when you're running ovals and you lose that speed, then your rivals behind you, if they're maintaining those speeds, that is a massive gap that you lose kind of over the course of the laps. And it takes a little while for you to get back up to speed. But Ericsson does look like he has got up to speed again. The top six are running strong. Where is Scott Dixon? He is just...
There he is.
There he is. He definitely was a big loser out on that restart. Marcus Ericsson desperately trying to get ahead of championship rival Will Power. It's only 2 points realistically in the championship between them because it's 40 points for second and 38 points for third. Although it will be 4 points in the championship between them if Pato O'Ward can make this move stick. He had a look. He's lost a little bit of ground. He will be eyeing up the move next time round. But yeah, Pato is definitely in this kind of
He's
front
favouring
four.
that inside lane for the turn 3 and 4. Whereas Ericsson's going for the middle lane there.
As we drop slightly behind,
Doing enough.
Jimmy Johnson looks like he's pulling in Scott McLaughlin. Obviously, Johnson, a NASCAR legend, the main source of his wins in NASCAR were on oval tracks. This is where we see the best of Jimmy Johnson and where we have seen the best of Jimmy Johnson in IndyCar. And today is probably his best performance in an IndyCar today.
Yeah. But he's got to finish. He's got to finish the race for it to be fully there. But I think a show like this just turned Jimmy into a full-time oval calendar. Don't bother with the road and street circuits. It's not happening. It's not happening. The improvement isn't there. Just stick on the ovals. He's showing up.
He absolutely is. He is showing up. But I guess there's maybe not enough races on ovals for the sponsorships, and they're few and far between. So to build any momentum behind the Carvana brand and Carvana, despite maybe Jimmy Johnson not regularly competing for top 10s on road and street courses, he does regularly compete for airtime. And for marketing and sponsorship terms, that is a good thing. Ericsson is having a look at Power here. It looked like Power was getting close on the back of Newgarden, but he wasn't able to make his move stick. So that has opened up an opportunity for Marcus Ericsson. And it looks like that Johnson has slipped slightly back from Scott McLaughlin, and Rinus VeeKay is now having a look at Johnson and whether he can make that move stick.
Oh, he's done it! VeeKay's done it!
He has. They're going wheel to wheel. He hasn't quite done it yet. I don't understand why the cameramen haven't stuck with VeeKay and Johnson as they were going wheel to wheel through the turns. But yeah, it does look like we're going to see him come back round. Bloody hell.
Which order will they be in?
It looks like VeeKay has taken Johnson. VeeKay, so Newgarden, Power, Ericsson, Pato, McLaughlin, VeeKay just about ahead of Johnson, and Palou is all over the back of Johnson now as well, as he continues to do the Dixon-esque thing of just slowly progressing through the field. And his racecraft, Alex Palou, is one of the best in the series at still such a young age. Jimmy Johnson, though, is not having it. Oh my God, he's going wheel to wheel. VeeKay is holding it strong on the inside, but I think Johnson's going to have a run going into the next corner.
They had to back out, compromise them a little bit.
Whoa! Johnson getting way loose in the front there. That's going to cost him on time. That may leave him vulnerable to Alex Palou. He doesn't look like he's lost too much time to VeeKay, but it definitely lost him time for now. I don't know. Has Johnson got damage on the front wing? Or is he just kind of, did he, in the slipstream, as he got caught there, he just got a little bit loose. He's going very wide out there. VeeKay is coming up to go from there. Johnson, I think Johnson's going to take this move back.
He's a wild man out there. He's going way high.
You have to say, Jimmy Johnson is providing a lot of the on-track action in today's race, and you have to love to see it. He's going on the high line again. VeeKay will drift up to cover across. He's going to have to pace this move absolutely perfect. See how he defends it. He lines it up, gets ready to kind of get close, and I'm just waiting for Johnson to make the move on the inside. I don't think he's going to make the move on the outside with VeeKay with how his line is, but it's where he's going to be able to get him on the inside. But we'll see how that unfolds. Palou was very close onto the back of Johnson, but looks like he's gapped a little bit on that front. Joseph Newgarden now has got on the back of traffic. That looks like he's just past Cole Kirkwood. Ericsson and Pato Ward are going wheel to wheel. Can Pato find a way past Marcus Ericsson? He's got the inside line. He's going to get close coming in here. He gets a little bit of slipstream coming into the next corner. This is where I think he's going to make the move stick. Ericsson has no answer to that. Pato O'Ward moves back up into the top three. And so we return from what were the early stages, the main top three of Newgarden, Power and O'Ward. Ericsson has obviously in the latter part of the first half of the race joined that group. And now we are well and truly into the second half of the race. We've got less than 100 laps to go here in Iowa. and we are still no clearer, really, to understand what's going on. Ericsson, I don't know if his tyres have dropped off or he got a little bit loose somewhere, because now Scott McLaughlin is having a look. And can the Team Penske driver, who's basically controlled fifth for the majority of the race, can he make any further gains up? He's got the inside line. Looks like he's going to make the move. Not on this corner, but I think the next corner he's going to have a very good shot here at Marcus Ericsson. Kyle Kirkwood is slightly in front of it. Oh no, Kirkwood has taken the inside line. That's completely stuffed McLaughlin's run on it. I think that helps Marcus Ericsson definitely going forward. Power is having a look. This is a fight for the race lead. Power at Newgarden. Oh my god, there's action all over the place.
that was Pagano was in a Penske sandwich right there. Or was that Elio?
Back in the good old days.
Whoa. And all of a sudden, Will is here challenging his teammate, Joseph.
You kind of felt like it was going to be a Penske today. The Ganassis of Marcus Ericsson has looked rapid, and obviously Jimmy Johnson has looked quick in his race trim as well. But in this sequence of the race, it does very much look like a straight duke-out fight between Newgarden and Power.
Who's looked after their tyres? Who hasn't? Has Will Power done a bit more tyre
now looks like I think McLaughlin has used this. He's just got to hope that the Meyershank Racing driver doesn't get in the way. That's an easy move. Ericsson has lost out big time. He's gone way out onto the marbles. Loses out to Alex Palou. Loses out to Jimmy Johnson. Loses out to Rinus VeeKay. Johnson was a big winner there as well. He somehow in the mix managed to get past Rinus VeeKay. So Johnson comes into the top 5. Big loss out.
Below!
Ericsson was dropping again to another position. I think that was to Roman Grosjean. Yes, he's lost. Oh! Ed Carpenter, caution! Oh dear, the experienced veteran in the series, the owner of Ed Carpenter Racing Team. His driver, Rinus VeeKay, is running fantastic. Connor Daly qualified fantastic in this race. But Ed only does ovals nowadays, and his day has been ended too soon. Too soon. He will get another chance tomorrow, though. He'll hope that he hasn't done too much damage that's going to affect him in the race tomorrow.
And Ericsson will be thanking Ed Carpenter because he was dropping like a lead balloon. Once you lose, it can be the way. If you lose one position in this like pack racing, you can drop way back trying to get that pace back on an oval. And this kind of saved Ericsson a bit.
It kind of saved Ericsson a bit, but he lost it massively out on those marbles. And yeah, like you said, I think he really could have dropped outside the top 10. And that is a big mistake from Ericsson.
For the championship,
has to be said, for championship. He was doing well. He didn't need to win this race. He was up there with his title rivals, minimising the damage of what it is. But as things currently stand, that is 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22-point swing, I think, in favour of Joseph Newgarden. A very quick maths. Which brings Newgarden 22 points behind. Not quite as extravagant for Power. I think only 12 points, which does bring, I think, Power into the teens. In the championship, we can probably look of where live is there. Scott Dixon, red mist is a hell of a thing. Big C Burger, how is Jimmy Johnson at 7th? Oh wait, he is in a former NASCAR driver, king of ovals. Ericsson just crashed. He just didn't hit the wall. Yeah. Essentially, what he did was crashed. I think he just got right up out on those marbles, just on the outside of making it one more stop. Jeez, yeah, just on the outside of that. Looks like clean pit stops. You've got your top 3 of Newgarden, Power and Pato. Realistically, in my head, that's where I think the race winner is going to come from. I think it's going to be one of those 3. As it currently stands now that Marcus Ericsson's dropped out. Good for Scott McLaughlin coming up into P4. Alex Palou is now P5. Of course he is. Or is he? Is he? Palou seems to have disappeared from the timing sheets. I'm not entirely sure why, because it shows Grosjean in P5, but I'm pretty sure Palou is there. I think we've got some spam in chat, so I'll try and get rid of that. How do I get rid of that?
I'll do that. You get the live championship standings.
Okay. Live championship standings as it goes. That was just seen a replay of Ed Carpenter getting a bit loose, losing it sideways and going back into the wall.
How did I do this last time? Wait, we're just going to go to us.
Okay, points as they run. Marcus Ericsson still leads the championship, but Joseph Newgarden leapfrogs from P4 up into P1. I don't know, there looked like a little bit of a pit drama between Pato Ward and Alexander Rossi. We got a replay, I'm not entirely sure what that is. We'll come back to chat when we get a chance. You're going to have to go on to Google Chrome to get Indy Fanatics.
Okay, there we go. You need to do that.
Okay, wheel power. So Joseph Newgarden is 11 points behind Marcus Ericsson as it currently stands. Wheel power 13th, Palou 27, Dixon's 40. So he still gains 4 points on Marcus Ericsson. Pato Ward brings the gap down to 60. Still not really enough. He really could do with winning this race to get himself seriously back into the championship fight. McLaughlin is 65. Herter 111. So yeah, 7th. I guess 6th and 7th are very outside chances in the championship still. Oh my god, where are we going on here?
Where are we going on here?
Oh, you're just sorting out.
I'm trying to.
We're taking the spam. We're with Simon Pagenaud currently within the pit stops. Lap 172 of 250. So we're getting into close to the 75 lap mark to go. On that, Connor Daly is pitted. On that round of pit stops, it looks like Callum Ilott. Slight alternates. Colton Herter is pitted, but he's obviously miserable again because his day is over after being in a good position again.
I may have fixed it, I may not have.
Yeah, go away, spam. Absolutely. We'll hope that we go from there. What? Marcus, shut the bed. I think that's a fair comment to say. Where does Scott Dixon run? Go from there. I was getting worried that we wouldn't have any Rossi drama this race. Fun fact, Iowa was built without concrete walls. Notice that there is only safer barrier. I did not know that, but that is very interesting. That is a fun fact. Thank you, Scott. Obviously, the safer barrier was the barrier developed to reduce the G's on impact on the high-speed ovals. Is something that we can be grateful to Tony George for, as he was, I think, a key figure in helping that research take place with, I think it was the University of Indianapolis. Did that research, but we'll see. Is there any specific reason why this is a double-header weekend? I think it's just purely for Hy-Vee making a statement as a sponsor and Iowa coming back. So obviously for Hy-Vee supporting in the IndyCar series, they wanted as much coverage as possible, and hell, they have gone crazy on there. I think there is an issue for Scott McLaughlin. We've gone green flag, but Scott McLaughlin was massively slow. So that moves Alex Palou up into the top three. Of course, I said Newgarden Power Award were the guys probably looking favourites for this race, but Alex Palou has come back into this and he is absolutely flying. It would be an absolutely classic Alex Palou performance to be, no, loose wheel on the rear, and that is McLaughlin's race done. That's heartbreak because he's driven an absolutely fantastic Is that a puncture with him, or was it just loose? I'm not entirely sure, but
I don't know.
Yeah, gutted for him. It's a slow stop as well to get him back out there. That's McLaughlin's race done. So, as things currently stand, Newgarden, Power, Palou, Award, VK, that's your top 5. Johnson, Dixon, Ericsson, Grosjean, Lundgaard, that's your top 10. Ilott, Rahal, Di Francesco, Castro Neves and Rossi are your top 15, and Castro Neves has just taken Di Francesco. Pato is having a look at getting that position back from Alex Palou. He's on the inside. He's got to be very careful not to get too close there and spin out, but Palou was squeezing him there, defending the position well. Pato's going to have a look on the outside. Palou, on the meantime, is having a look on the inside of Power. He is flying. He's not going to get him this corner, but I think off the back straight of there, Palou's going to have a serious look at Will Power going into the next section. Although he's missed out there, it's allowed a position for Pato Ward.
Oh, but Palou,
oh no!
Will Power!
Hello, Palou! P2! Although Will Power is hanging tight on the outside, he's not given a position yet, but you can't imagine him holding on. Palou is the fastest man in that top 5 currently. He has flown off this restart. He's taken Will Power, and it looks like he's going to take Joseph Newgarden as well. Although Will Power is having a look at Joseph Newgarden. This is chaos, carnage at the front 3. It is wheel-to-wheel action. I don't know what to really say. Palou's now dropped off. Power's had a look. Newgarden seems to have maintained it. Oh my God, what is going on? This is oval racing at its best. And this is why Iowa is brilliant having back on the calendar.
There we go. It's not over yet, though, because this top 3 battle's still going. It looks like Pato's lost out a bit. VK's not really hanging on. Looks like it's just this top 3, but of course we've still got 70 laps to go. Right on the edge of that one pit window. Will we get someone going early? If there's another caution, surely everyone's got to come in, right? Or do some people gamble and go for track position?
I think you've just got to go with it, because you don't really gain much from track position, but you gain a lot from fresh rubber.
Yeah.
And you've got to make sure that you absolutely nail the restart like Alex Palou has.
Yeah. Jimmy Johnson's still P6. There's been so many changes, but Jimmy has remained P6.
Has to say, one of the best kind of battles in the second half of the race has been that battle between Rinus VK and Jimmy Johnson. And it's still tight here. VK squeezing Jimmy right up on the top, but Jimmy looks like he has the run on the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. VK gives him enough room. It's respect between there. Oh my God, and Jimmy makes the move. Oh my God, VK's going to come back on the inside. This is fantastic racing between the Dutchman and the American All-Star in the series. Oh, Jimmy's going to have another look on the outside, but I think VK may have done enough to hold the position for now. Johnson's going to have to take time to kind of calculate going for the move. He's favoured going on the outside quite a lot on that VK. We didn't see him when he made that move before. I don't know if he made that move stick on VK on the outside when he retook the position after losing it there. We missed that one. That wasn't actually covered on coverage, but I imagine a switch up to the inside line may be his best policy. It looks like the inside line has been more powerful going forward, especially if you've got the more momentum and you don't have any traffic stopping you. But Jimmy has properly sent it on the outside. VK's hanging there, but it looks like Jimmy has made the move stick. What do I know? Jimmy Johnson goes round the outside rather than dropping onto the inside line. Great move. VK is still holding on there, but will Jimmy Johnson now start closing in on Pato Award and making his way towards the front? I'm not thinking we're going to get any real alternative strategy. Scott just confirming in chat that it was a loose wheel nut or a no nut, so to say, on Scott McLaughlin's car that ended his day prematurely. Not that he is out of the race completely, but it rules him out of any competitive running and rules out probably any faint hopes that he had of regaining ground in the championship, shall we say.
We shall so.
We shall so say. But yeah, as always, in the My Team Hates Me livery, Alex Palou has come out of nowhere. And look, Alex, I love
60 laps to go. Who's your winner?
Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah, Joseph Newgarden.
I know it sounds great, but I think Joseph is so strong at Iowa, and I think he's pretty much controlled it, and he knows how to lead at Iowa, and he knows how to hold it.
In chat, 60 laps to go. Who's your winner?
Yep, I think it's a Penske. I do believe it. Although I love Alex Palou. I mean, he does this so many times. He's a ninja. I know Pato gets a nickname from the commentators, a ninja of how fast his hands are. But Palou's a ninja in just how he sneaks up on you, and you go, "Whoa, where did you come from?"
I thought that was Ericsson. Ericsson, the sneaky
The
Swede.
sneaky Swede. No.
There's his nickname.
I know, but no. It looks like we've caught up with traffic. That's Herter. Obviously, probably feeling very sorry for himself. He was as part of this pack, really, at one stage of the race, and now his race is just collecting data for tomorrow and getting his race car back to the finish, because he's not getting anything competitive today.
Nope. Oh, Grosjean on the inside of Dixon just for decent positions, P7.
Yeah, quietly, I have to say Roman Grosjean has been a very strong performance from himself, considering Andretti teammate Herta was going strong. He's the highest placed of the Andretti Autosport cars at the moment. We know Grosjean isn't a veteran to ovals. This would only be his fourth oval race, wouldn't it? Because he's done Gateway, his only second short oval race, because he raced Gateway last year. And it's looks an impressive performance. He's managed himself. He's kept himself out of trouble. This is the Grosjean that you want to see. A guy that just gets his head down and lets his racing do the talking.
Yeah. No mistakes. Clean. Looks like Willpower's slowly edging back on Newgarden. Jeez. And they've dropped Palou a bit. Palou's dropped back. Maybe tyre conservation. Maybe a bit of fuel management from Palou, because if they're going to eke this out into no more stops, there is going to be some management to do on these cars. Palou may come back for a late charge, but at the moment it looks like he's just settling back a little bit.
So we are getting close. We're almost at the 200 lap mark with 50 laps to go. Here we are. We just hit the 200 lap counter. Whoa. 50 laps to go, and it has been a frantic race one at Iowa. Short ovals are chaotic, I think is the best way to describe them as a race. There is so much going on. There is so much for drivers to navigate on tyre life and strategy and traffic. It's just mental, I think, from start to finish. And it has been a pretty mental fight at the top as well. Pato, Power and Newgarden have pretty much been constants in that top four throughout the race. But we've had Palou up there. We've had Ericsson up there. We've now got two Chip Ganassis in the top five as well. Jimmy Johnson having his best race since his IndyCar career started last year. Rinus VK is having a very strong running for Ed Carpenter Racing in P6. Obviously, that last caution was brought out by his team boss, Ed Carpenter, who crashed out. Will we get another caution before the end of the race, Stephen?
Most probably. Most probably. As we get towards the business end, people are going to be starting to take a few more risks because there's running out of time to make a move. If you're going to make a move on someone, you may send it when early in the race you probably wouldn't have sent it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is true balls to the walls territory.
Yep.
For someone who came from F1, I feel like he really doesn't have the best of luck on street courses. Is that Roman Grosjean, I'm assuming? Yeah, I wouldn't have ever said that Roman Grosjean was a strong street course racer in F1. I would say his strength has always been on road courses. From my memory of him. Looks like Pato Ward is going to be lining up Alex Palou shortly. That's probably going to be the fight. I think it's as 45 laps to go, if we're green to the end and we don't have any cautions, I feel it's Newgarden and Power fighting for the lead and Palou and Pato fighting for the last spot on the podium.
Yeah, Newgarden negotiate. I think it was Callum Ilott that was being a bit of a roadblock for the front runners in the traffic. But Newgarden managed to get past him quite quickly, which is why there's been a bit of a gap forming between Pato on the inside of Palou. Goes P3. There we go. There we go, Pato. They are still 2 seconds off the lead. But
Wasn't maybe quite as dramatic as what I thought it was going to be. But Pato Ward is racing hard here. Gets past Scott McLaughlin. A sorry state of Scott McLaughlin, probably.
There's another driver. You heard sorry state, he said. McLaughlin, sorry state, he
Well,
said.
you know, these are guys who were running in the top 5 and their race got ruined in the pits.
Yeah. The ghosts of past top 5 runners.
They'll have another chance tomorrow. It's not all doom and gloom. Or it could all go wrong tomorrow as well.
Nice.
Newgarden gives the impression that he has something left in reserve. Look, Newgarden, the way that he's controlled this race since taking the lead, I think there's a reason why when Stephen asked the question, we both, without any hesitation, went Joseph Newgarden. Power's had a fantastic race for the championship. Newgarden's had a fantastic race for the championship. Pressure is on Marcus Ericsson, and when the pressure was on from running in a great position, he got too high defending a position from it was Pato, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was from Pato, got too high, went out on the marbles, and actually the caution saved Marcus Ericsson, because the amount of speed he lost, I imagine he could have easily dropped out the top 10, maybe even as low as like the top 15 position, depending on how far back are they. He's P9, so P9. A little bit of damage limitation. It could have been worse, I feel.
Could have been a lot worse. Yeah, the air carpenter caution really saved him.
As it currently stands, Newgarden looks like he's checked out. I did say that it looks like this end of the fight might have been between Power, Newgarden, O'Ward and Palou, but O'Ward's made quick work of Palou, and now he is very quickly closing in on Will Power. Depends on how well he can navigate. I think this is Scott McLaughlin, who is in between himself and Will Power. No, he is right on the back of Will Power. That is the car that is in front. It is that Carl Kirkwood? Yes, it is Carl Kirkwood, who's the back marker, who's causing issues. Pato's going to have a chance here. I don't know why they've cut. Pato has got a chance at Palou. He's loose. Palou has got loose. He's lost massive speed there. VK is now right on the back. He's twitching. It may have just been where the camera angle was done and Palou hadn't really lost too much speed. But he's behind Scott McLaughlin here. But VK looks right up there. He's going to be hungry to gain more positions. Fourth could be on the cards.
Oh, and here we go. Is this Pato's move? On the inside of Will Power into turn 1. He's gonna stick there, get a bit of slipstream. Head into the turn 3, 4, still taking the inside line. Oh, and he's done it! He's done it! Can he make the move stick though?
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Oh.
Power comes back. Leaves it late on the brakes. This is great wheel-to-wheel action. This is hard fight. This is probably... Heck, I don't want to kind of tempt fate, but I feel this may be the last major position fight towards the end of the race between Power and O'Ward. It could switch several times between them in these last 34 laps. But... Wow, yeah, crazy for Power and O'Ward then. Power has somehow managed to hold on.
The outside! And he's done it! He's done it! He was holding that inside line for the last couple of laps, and this time he goes around the outside of Will Power and sticks it.
Good news for Joseph Newgarden was O'Ward and Power fighting though, as he has extended his lead over O'Ward to 2.5 seconds. It's now a second gap between him and Power, and Power's now 3.5 seconds pretty much off the lead. So Power, that may have been his play for the race win. He is now dropped off. The question is, Pato has looked the quickest of that top 4 group in this last stint. Will he have enough to catch Newgarden and then have even more to get past Newgarden? Newgarden so far has navigated himself fantastically through the traffic.
Look at that. Did you see the traffic that's in front of him now? He's got about 4 cars all battling side by side. This is going to be difficult for Newgarden to clear with any kind of speed. As Plo passes Malukas. And he's closing quick here. Pato is closing quick. 6 tenths on that last lap.
Yeah, he's absolutely dropped willpower.
We don't need to see Will. We need to see Newgarden as Pato continues to reel him in. Is this traffic getting in the way of Joseph? I think it was Devlin. I don't know who was going side by side, but there were 4 cars in front, all going side by side with each other. Difficult. When there's only 1 car, you can get the slipstream and you can overtake them. But when there's 2 cars battling side by side, there's no other lane to really go down. Unless you go wild on the outside, but then that's risking it all. As the gap is now down to under a second. 6 tenths. 6 tenths, and we're seeing Jimmy Johnson.
Show me Pato! Show me goddamn Pato! Hello to Darkness in chat. Sorry, just a quick round-up before letting Stephen go again. Big C Burger, no need to apologise.
Oh, look at this. Newgarden held up by the Myers Shank cars. He's cleared the 2, but it looks like Pato got held up by the first 2. Sorry, carry on.
No need to apologise. I'm glad you're new to it. If you have any questions, we're always happy to answer as you go along. Great to see you along in chat and engaging so much. Yeah, the 3 main disciplines
Look at this.
in IndyCar are street courses, road courses and ovals, although ovals can be split into short ovals and super speedways. Joseph is going to win both races. He's miles beyond anyone else here.
He's just clearing Elio now, but has he? Has he cleared Elio? He is, just about. Is this Elio or was that Rossi? Sorry, Rossi.
24 laps to go. 24 laps to go. It looks like O'Ward versus Newgarden for the lead of this race. Joe has backed his man Newgarden, saying that Newgarden looks streaks ahead of everyone. He's not only backing him to win today, but he says that he's so clear that he's going to win tomorrow as well, easily. Well, we're yet to see. Obviously, he'll start side by side along willpower tomorrow as well. And if he manages the race as well as he's done today, you could easily see him winning back-to-back races. And Stephen did say, I think in the preview before Toronto, that this was going to be Newgarden's time where he just goes on a charge. But Stephen, talk me through the Pato chasing down of Joseph Newgarden.
Well, it looks like Newgarden managed to clear the traffic. Pato got held up by that same traffic that was holding up Joseph. So the gap has extended to over a second again. It doesn't look like the traffic in front of Joseph is too difficult. Looks like that may have been Pato's big chance. But it looked like he just got held up probably by Rossi as well. Just like Joseph. He needed a quick clean if he was going to challenge here, but Joseph is away again. It didn't look like the traffic in front of him was too bad. It looked like it was 1 by 1 by 1.
And we see on screen, we've got a split screen of battles. Roman Grosjean was looking like he's getting very close to Jimmy Johnson and having a look there, but Scott Dixon is lurking. He very well could take 2 positions from there. Ericsson has dropped to 10th, so that is even worse for him in the championship. Graham Rahal has moved up into the top 10 from there. The split screen was showing the other battle for podium positions. Alex Palou dropped out, losing out to Pato O'Ward, but we've seen that he was flying, and they have absolutely dropped everyone else, the top 2, Newgarden and O'Ward. Power and Palou are now battling out for podium positions. I'm sure we're going to see a jump from Palou in these last laps as Heath looks to solidify his championship bid and his bid to become a back-to-back IndyCar Series champion. That hasn't been done since the last driver of the number 10 Chip Ganassi seat to win a championship, which was Dario Franchitti. But, Stephen,
Jimmy and Roman, I feel like this happened early in the race. And they're here again with 17 laps to go. Roman on the inside line looks like he's going to stick it, but we've seen that outside line work so well. If you can nail the exit from the corners, the guy on the outside can get such a good launch here. But here comes Dixon on the inside. Side by side with Jimmy. But Jimmy's on the outside. Look how much pace you can carry on that outside line. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa!
And it looks like Dixon's going to have it on the inside. Can Jimmy come flying back though with the outside line? Speed. No, he can't.
Jimmy has done
Dixon's
fantastic to get into the position he is, but it now looks like that Grosjean and Dixon have faster pace. Oh, this is a lot of traffic. This could cause carnage to kind of manoeuvre through. Can Pato find a way
it's not too bad.
to close it up? Newgarden is working his way through. There's Marcus Ericsson of all people back there. You've got to remember these guys are at competitive places.
On maths, it looks bad, but they're not battling each other. They're not too battling each other. So
but it only takes someone to take a wrong move and to kind of hold up a line and make Newgarden slam on the brakes to bring a Ward straight up back into things. So, like we said, Ericsson had dropped off. Grosjean, Dixon, Johnson battle looks like it's settled down a little bit. VK looked like he dropped off Palou. It's going to be very tight between Palou and Power going in. Last 12 laps here at Iowa. It has been a frantic mess. I'm not thinking another caution is going to come. I don't think it is. 224. It's 48 to go.
Could we have fuel issues here? Because they were really on the limit of the pit window. Will we get anyone losing out on fuel?
I don't think so. Oh! Joseph Newgarden and Marcus Ericsson wheel to wheel got very close there. We've already seen them collide potentially once in this race, and that also led to Marcus Ericsson dropping. But Newgarden finds his way past. Pato just cannot find a quick way through this traffic. Navigating, it looks like, is that Graham Rahal? No, that's Joe's. It's Lundgaard in the number 30 there, who is chasing down Marcus Ericsson. This is now a frantic stage where you're going, I have not a Scooby go from there, but Newgarden is just lapping people genuinely now. 9 laps to go.
Oh, Palou makes a move on the inside of Will Power into turn 1.
Power has done so well as defending on the outside though, and he manages to hold that position, although Palou is going to lunge on the inside again, but that wasn't as good. He's getting more speed out of the corner, but he's going to have a better run into this corner. He gets a touch of slipstream. This is where he could make the move stick. Alex Palou on Will Power. These are title contenders.
Traffic though. He's got traffic. He has to back out. He had traffic on the inside lane.
And like Stephen's saying, that's where it gets really tricky. If traffic is on one of your lines, it really does kind of bugger you up because you've got nowhere to go other than slam. And Palou sends it on the inside, but again, it's Connor Daly that's causing him issues. He can't fully send it from there. Palou is desperate to try and get onto the podium again. He has just been consistently in this second half of the season since the 500, racking up podiums after podiums, which keeps himself in title contention. It may be carnage for Palou off track, but on track he remains the calm and composed driver who just delivers week in and week out fantastic performances.
Did he have a moment there? Has he dropped back? Did he lose out?
He's lost out to VK. He's lost out to VK. VK was right up there. I guess when you're making the moves, if you don't make it stick, you leave yourself vulnerable to behind on ovals.
I think he had a moment.
Yeah, he got a little bit loose, went high on the marbles, and VK went straight through. So that is Palou's shot at a podium gone. Just as I was bigging him up, he loses out in a rare mistake. I don't think Dixon... Oh, no, Dixon does have a little run on his teammate. He will definitely be wanting to gain as many points as we can. Ericsson has somehow managed to get himself back up into P8. after being P10. He's managed to take both Johnson and Rahal. So that, again, is damage limitation for the sneaky Swede.
It looks like Chip has pressed the slow button on Pillow. As we cut to a camera shot of Chip laughing.
He's dropping like a lead balloon, and now it's VK having a look at Willpower. 2 laps to go. Can he find a way past? Newgarden has checked out. Newgarden will be the winner here in Iowa unless something drastically goes wrong.
Lapping Pillow.
Oh my god.
Pillow's going. Pillow's gone. Pillow's got problems. White flag. Oh my god, it's penultimate lap. This is it. This is Newgarden.
Newgarden's won. O'Ward has come home in second. Power looks like he's going to come home in third unless VK can make something stick from there. Dixon's got past Pillow to make it a top 5 finish. Ericsson is P8. So most of the major title contenders win, but it is Iowa. Joseph Newgarden. It is Iowa. Yes, it's Iowa. Joseph Newgarden wins in Iowa. Oh my god. Again, I believe he was the last winner, wasn't he, on Iowa? I think he won race 2 after Simon Pagenaud winning there. Penske are always traditionally so strong here. This was always going to be a strong weekend for Joseph Newgarden in the championship. The question was, could he maximise his, strength at this circuit? And part 1 out of part 2, he's done it. Can he deliver tomorrow?
And with the same starting grid tomorrow, he's going to be way up there.
Absolutely. Joseph waves to the crowd. This Iowa crowd have seen Joseph being successful here in the past, have seen Team Penske be successful here in the past. Newgarden is deadly serious. We've said it so many times on the channel that he has been so close. Oh, we've got Spad back. Stephen has sorted that out. He has been so close to the championship in the past 2 seasons. Is this the year? He's certainly closer, I think, going into the final stages of the season. We've got a lot still of time to go. But this feels like Joseph Newgarden is coming on strong. What do you think, Stephen?
I said he could be unstoppable if he won in Toronto. Because if he won in Toronto, he's backing out with strong Iowa. And doing the doubleheader at Iowa, he could still be unstoppable. Could still be unstoppable for this championship.
We've got the podium lining up here. So Newgarden to Pato to Willpower. Still a fantastic...
5 wins? Is this 5 wins for Newgarden this season?
It surely has to be, hasn't it? Let's count them. So he won the second race, didn't he, at Texas, with that last lap overtake on there. He's won on a street course. He's won on a road course. So
yeah, he did the triple.
This could be 4.
He got the million.
I think it might be 4 wins for Joseph Newgarden.
I feel like he won somewhere else though.
Did he win at Mid-Ohio?
Why are you leaning in?
I'm leaning in because I'm telling everyone what the live point standings are. Newgarden was dominant in 2016 as well when he was with Ed Compter Racing. The spam is insane. I know. It has gone absolutely mental.
Apologies.
We're really sorry, but naked ladies just want to get in front of you. Dixon is in the top 5 again. Absolutely. 4 wins. Yep, I thought it was, Joe. Gutted for Scotty Mack. Absolutely gutted. But, he still drove a great race. He can take great heart. This is a great sophomore season from McLaughlin still. And I think he's only going to come back bigger and stronger next year and could seriously promote himself to a title contender next year.
Yeah, of the 3, he's having the best sophomore season.
Absolutely. So, as things currently stand after race 1 at Iowa, although this could all change tomorrow with how the gap has reduced, because I'm pretty sure that Newgarden was 30-odd points behind going into this race. But Marcus Ericsson leads the championship with 375 points. 15 points behind him is Joseph Newgarden. 22 points. I think he's pretty much maintained a similar sort of gap, although did Willpower drop to 30 last time, so he's gained... slightly back here.
Today, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So Willpower is dropped to third in the championship. He is 22 points behind. Alex Palou still a strong day at the office with 33 points. Scott Dixon is 38 points behind now in the championship. He knows that Iowa isn't necessarily a wins for him, but if he can get another top 5 finish tomorrow, he is well and truly in that championship fight as well. And you can never rule out Scott Dixon winning a 7 championship because he's won 6. He's won so many championships. He's a man that always delivers. But Newgarden is just a guy that is incredible.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy. He's just a guy, pause, who is so good at Iowa.
Yeah.
And he showed that again today.
He was dominant today. No one was on Joseph's level, especially at the end there. In that last stint, he went. We're getting the standards on the screen now. Palou 33, Dixon 38. It's really closed up at the top there. Ericsson was looking comfortable. He would have been still looking comfortable, but he just had that moment and dropped. Could have been even worse. If it wasn't for Ed Carpenter crashing out.
It's what ifs for Pato O'Ward as well. At one point, he was just 7 points behind Marcus Ericsson in the championship. He's 59 points, so he is still just about hanging on.
Why did you have to bring up Mid-Ohio again?
He's still just hanging on in there.
Had to do it, didn't he?
He's hanging on in there. But a P2 is still a strong position for Pato. He'll be fancying his chances at potentially a race win tomorrow because the Aaron McLaren SP package looked really quick out there, it had to be said.
Wait, did Power come third?
Yes, Power came third. Pato came second. I think Palou lost his tyres at the end. I think that's a fair assumption to make. Newgarden will sweep tomorrow. He could well do. For sure, Joseph will sweep. A lot of people feeling that Joseph Newgarden's going to be confident there. He has Michael Andretti, Sam Hornish, Tom Snever chops on short ovals. Yep. Go for now. Joseph Newgarden, Pato O'Ward, Willpower. I've just been shown by Stephen that his fantasy picks, he predicted the top 3. I'm not sure how he predicted the top 3, but he did it.
I just knew.
I just knew
these things.
Just knew.
Did you not get the
in
IndyCar script
in my fantasy? I had Pato, Willpower, Malukas, and someone else.
Did you not get the script this week?
No, I didn't.
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
Some people come prepared for these live streams. They read the script. I saw Joseph was going to win. Pato was going to come second, Power third. I just knew it. I was like, well, I better do my fantasy team like this. So there we go.
Oh dear, crazy on there. But wow, what another great race. I guess it's now just slight reactions. Thank you for those of you who've joined us today. I know on a Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, it's crazy out there. VK finished 4th. That's got to be a fantastic result. Rinus VK continues to really over-deliver in that Ed Carpenter racing car.
He's finding form again after the dodgy end to last year.
Yeah, we were interested to see what Rinus VK would turn up this year.
It hasn't been completely smooth sailing. It hasn't been consistently there. But he has shown up in some races, including today.
Yeah.
He's building still.
Definitely, I agree with that. Power looks the new Willpower, calm and composed. Probably analysing his race. He will be in a great...
Ooh.
Congratulations, Stephen. There you go. You get your congratulations for predicting the top 3. I think he's got to think... From pole, it's always difficult, I think, to manage a race. I would love to see an interesting stat. How many oval races are won from pole position?
But he was there with third. It's not like he dropped off.
Yeah.
Like we sometimes see with the front pack, they then come out on the alternative.
He couldn't hang with Joseph at the end there, but he will definitely be fancying his chances. He knows he's got a quick race car. He could easily win tomorrow, and if he wins tomorrow, wow, you're getting Newgarden and Power really breathing down the neck of Marcus Ericsson. And outside of the 500, Marcus Ericsson hasn't looked close to winning a race.
Okay, prediction. Will Ericsson still be leading the championship after race 2?
I think just about, because he had a very quick race car today and he made a mistake. With how consistent he's been in this season, do I see him making that mistake 2 races in a row? No. So I imagine a top 5 finish for Ericsson, which I think will be enough for him to maintain the championship lead.
Interesting. So you think he keeps the championship lead?
I do. What do you think?
I'm going Newgarden does the double and takes the championship lead. Ericsson gets... It's so difficult because the result today can be completely different to the result tomorrow, just depending on cautions and alternative strategies. Obviously, at the end there, we had complete clean running for 70, 80 laps. Whereas if there was a caution in the middle of that, someone goes for fresh tyres for the last stint, all of a sudden, you could have someone flying past Newgarden at the end on the fresher tyres.
Oh, absolutely.
Something wild like that. We had a very relatively tame race
and
in terms of accidents.
Where the yellows fell, it didn't necessarily... People got on the same strategy quite quickly.
It kind of reset because we had that first caution and then the second caution kind of reset. Well, no, they all came in at the first time and then we had a late caution that reset everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. The cautions, definitely, you can have more cautions that can really change it up. We've got a question from Big C Burger. Will we be doing a watch along tomorrow? Yes, we absolutely will. We're live streaming both of the races this weekend. It's going to be like, whew, chaos at the end of it. But yeah, I think it's...
Do we try schedule that one?
I don't know.
We'll maybe try be earlier than immediately the green flag.
Yeah, because I think we were trying to kind of set up the stream and then go, it's live.
We were a bit too casual about it.
We were. It's because the coverage literally didn't start until the green flag over here. So that threw us off a little bit. And I think more people were likely tuning in on the Sunday races as well. So we'll see there. Oh no, the spam is back. Oh no! Ericsson has not been terribly impressive
we made
this
you join the
year,
stream.
but his win at Indy ensures legendary status. Yeah, absolutely agree, Scott. To confirm for Stephen, I also predicted the top 3 drivers.
No, you didn't.
I got Power and Pato round the wrong way.
You didn't read the script this one.
Didn't read the script.
Some people.
I had Connor Daly in my fantasy as well.
Some people do their homework around here.
Connor Daly in my fantasy. Pato, Power, Malukas and Daly. 205. There. Right, that's it for another IndyCar race. Well, I guess as we're going to be live streaming tomorrow, we won't keep you guys too long. We appreciate you kind of staying through there. Welcome back, Spambot. Absolutely, James. It is outstaying. It's welcome for sure. But I think probably final thoughts of the first race at Iowa this weekend, Stephen?
That was great. Carnage. Well, not carnage in the big wrecks, but like carnage of people sending it everywhere and just getting the massive jumble up of orders.
It was incredible wheel-to-wheel racing.
Yeah.
And at those speeds, the respect and how tight they get with each other, it is really, really good out there on track. And absolutely just love Iowa. I think we're a big advocate, we're a big promoter of oval racing. It isn't just racing round in circles. There is a lot of skill involved. There's a lot of strategy and mixing it up between the short ovals and the super speedways as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you giving the feedback. We will be well, and we will be back with you tomorrow. Looking forward to race 2 at Iowa. Remembering, we'll live stream as many of these races as we can for the rest of the season, and I think maybe Tuesday this week we'll do a live stream to give us a little bit of a break rather than doing 3 live streams back to back in a row for you guys. But we hope you've enjoyed the stream. We hope you've enjoyed the race in Iowa. We can't wait to do it all again tomorrow. But if you're new around here or haven't done so already, what can they do, Stephen?
They can like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
Ding it. So for now, you Indy fans, keep